Hello everyone, welcome to 7.7 part 2, area of a rectangle. Now this isn't part 2 in your book, but this is an extension on something that we've already learned about. I want you to write the examples and write the 3 steps. So there's the 3 steps in one example. You can pause. There's a second example. So with area, we know that volume, which is in cubic units, right? Which is like units, like if it's inches cubed. We know that volume is length times width times height. Area, which I want you to put a star next to the equation, is only length times width. So when you write it, it's going to be squared. Because volume, you're finding the cube, but area, so volume, you're finding the cube, right, of something, a rectangular prism. Area, you're only finding one of the faces, either a square or rectangle. So you're only finding this part for area. All right? So those are the steps. Area equals length times width. Second step is, when you have mixed numbers, you need to convert them into proper fractions before you multiply them, or you're going to get your answer wrong. So a lot of you guys don't do that, and you get the answer wrong. You got to do that. You have to convert mixed numbers to improper fractions. Then you multiply the numerators and denominators. So let's go ahead and start with the first example. Lee wants to cover the rectangular floor of her closet with tile. The floor is 2.5 feet by 3.5 feet. What is the area? So we have tile. It's 2.5 is the length. 3.5 is the width. So we need to multiply those. 2.5 times 3.5. So first things first, I got to convert these into mixed numbers. Okay? The way that you do that is, I call it the roller coaster method. You multiply the denominator with the whole number, and you add the numerator. And then the denominator stays the same. So in this case, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, 5 over 2, times 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, 7 over 2. So 5 over 2 times 7 over 2. Well, I know 2 times 2 is 4. 5 times 7 is 35. 35 over 4 is my answer. Now, if you want to make that into a mixed number, you can find out how many times does 4, or how many times does 4 go into 35? And I know 4 goes into 35 approximately 8 times. And I know that 4 times 8 is 32. So I know if I wanted to make it into a mixed number, it would be 8 and 3 over 4. Now, it's okay if you don't do that. You can just keep it as an improper fraction for now, okay? But that's how you do it if you want to make it a mixed number. Let's go ahead and do the last problem. Okay? Very simple. They just give you a rectangle. The length is, okay? So we know for area, and I do want you to actually write the equation each time. I didn't do that for the first one, but area equals length times width. So the length is 1 2/3, and the width is 1 1/3. All right? Now we need to convert these into mixed numbers. Okay? 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 2 is 5 over 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4 over 3. So we have 5 over 3 times 4 over 3. 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 3 is 9. 20 over 9 is my answer. And if you wanted to make this into a mixed number, you know that 9 goes into 20 2 times. You'd have 2 left over. Denominator stays the same. Right? Because 9 times 2 is 18. 20 minus 18 is 2. That's where you get the 2 left over. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. But make sure you're writing the equation for area, which is right over here. Okay? Area equals length times width. And I want you to do that for everyone. And don't forget to do the roller coaster method. Okay? Convert your mixed numbers into improper fractions right here. And then all you do is multiply numerator times numerator and denominator times denominator. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.